But tonight, what we wanted to do is something a bit different. So we thought it'd be good for you to actually learn to cook something and then go off and cook it and then compete with everyone else. But what better than to actually have a professional chef do it? So Chef Dan Lee was the winner of Professional MasterChef in 2021. So he's going to show you a particular recipe that's his favourite around soup, and then you're going to prepare it afterwards. And we've got all the materials for you to do that. So I'm going to hand over to Chef Dan Lee.
So yeah, really looking forward to do this, the first Astra Chef competition. Looking forward to see what everyone makes. And as Lee already mentioned, it's going to be a soup, which obviously some people think soup's quite boring, but the good thing about soup is you need it to taste nice, obviously, and it's very diverse in what you can do, what you can create with it. So as Lee mentioned, I'm going to make one of my favourite soups today, which is sweet potato, ginger and lime with a bit of coconut as well. So it's going to be a nice smooth soup, a lot of flavour. I've got the chilli, so it's going to add a little bit of heat. So I'm going to talk you through how I make this soup, which is fairly basic, but then essentially you're going to pick all your own ingredients from the table just behind you and create your own soup. It can be anything. You can replicate the one I've just made or I'm about to make, or your favourite soup you've had at home. There's quite a few ingredients out there. I will say this once just so you have some ideas. You've got mushroom, which mushroom and tarragon's a popular soup. Tomato and basil, that's available there. Leek and potato. You can do the sweet potato one I've done. You can do tomato and red pepper. You can do curried cauliflower, and you can do carrot and coriander. There's different soups you can do, but I'm not going to repeat it. And if you want to just create your own soup, vegetable melody, feel free. Thank you. Hi. Hi, great to be here. Yeah, no, come round. So yeah, really looking forward to do this, the first Astra Chef competition. Looking forward to see what everyone makes. And as Lee already mentioned, it's going to be a soup, which obviously some people think soup's quite boring, but the good thing about soup is you need it to taste nice, obviously, and it's very diverse in what you can do, what you can create with it. So as Lee mentioned, I'm going to make one of my favourite soups today, which is sweet potato, ginger and lime with a bit of coconut as well. So it's going to be a nice smooth soup, a lot of flavour. I've got the chilli, so it's going to add a little bit of heat. So I'm going to talk you through how I make this soup, which is fairly basic, but then essentially you're going to pick all your own ingredients from the table just behind you and create your own soup. It can be anything. You can replicate the one I've just made or I'm about to make, or your favourite soup you've had at home. There's quite a few ingredients out there. I will say this once just so you have some ideas. You've got mushroom, which mushroom and tarragon's a popular soup. Tomato and basil, that's available there. Leek and potato. You can do the sweet potato one I've done. You can do tomato and red pepper. You can do curried cauliflower, and you can do carrot and coriander. There's different soups you can do, but I'm not going to repeat it. And if you want to just create your own soup, vegetable melody, feel free. So I'm going to start off with this. So as I said, sweet potato, coconut and ginger. So I've already, just so you get a bit more time to cook for yourselves, I've already cut up my sweet potatoes. That's just been peeled and cut. I've got a little bit of chopped ginger here and chopped garlic. I'm just going to also add a bit of chopped chili. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start heating up my pan. So whenever you cook off something in a pan, it's always got to be hot first. Otherwise, if your ingredients go into a cold pan, into cold oil, they're just going to soak up the oil and it's going to be a greasy dish in the end. So I'm going to start preheating my pan, cutting up a little bit of chilies there, onions. So whatever soup you make, the chances are the base is always going to have onions in. And when you're cooking a soup, you want to make sure the onions are cooked off properly. Otherwise, your soup will have a weird texture. It might be a bit grainy. It's not going to be very smooth. Obviously, depending on the soup, this one particularly, I want it to be nice and smooth. If you have any questions about what I'm doing, feel free to ask. So it's pretty straightforward, pretty simple at the moment. You're going to have about an hour and 15 minutes to make your soup. So pick your ingredients, make your soup. Now, I will be walking around, so you can ask me questions. I can give you tips, but I can't physically do anything for you because I think it's a bit unfair. All right, so I'm always going to go in my pan there. With the onions, I want them quite thinly sliced, and the only reason I'm doing this is because it will cook quicker. And obviously, don't worry about trying to match how I cut things, trying to match the speed I cut things at. Like when I started at the College of Food in Birmingham, where I learnt to cook, everyone on their first day wanting to be as fast as the teacher, like in terms of cutting stuff. You see it on TV, they chop really quick. I think 50% of the class actually just cut their hands in the end, so don't do that. This wouldn't be the best start. Okay, so you can't see it really, but my oil is moving around quite freely in the pan, which tells me that it's started to warm up a little bit. And I'm going to start with my little 3 things first. So it's the garlic, the ginger, and the chilli. And you can hear the pan sizzling a little bit. That tells me the oil is hot and I can fry it off. So all I'm doing with this, I'm not getting any colour into it. I'm just letting all the flavours release, the natural oils from the ginger, garlic and chilli come out. And that's going to help flavour my oil in there. And it'll add more flavour to the soup. So after about 30 seconds or so, when I'm happy, like the flavours come out, I don't know if you can smell it, I can smell it quite intensely here. I'm going to add my onions. Now I've said I've gone a little bit thinner with these, and even though it looks like quite a lot of onions in the pan at the moment, onions cook down, they sweat down quite quickly, and yeah, there won't be a lot of volume left in the end. I'll turn it up a little bit. Here I've got some vegetable stock, which is going to be the main base for my soup. Now, if you're making it in a kitchen, like a restaurant kitchen, where you go out and eat and obviously order a soup, the chances are they make their vegetable stock in-house. So it's all about zero waste at the moment. And normally, like even like our onion trims, not the sweet potato peel, but the tips of the sweet potato, onion trims, any bits of garlic left over, all that gets saved in restaurants. And I even do it at home myself, any trimmings of vegetables, and I use that to make my own vegetable stock. Obviously, it's all about zero waste, good for the environment as well, and it saves money as well. So today, though, because I'm not going to ask you to make a vegetable stock, and I was too busy to make some for everyone, I bought the North stock pots, which is on the table behind you. So you'll all need some of these for your base of your soup. So I'd say 2 would be enough. When it comes to blending the soup, which obviously it'll be a while yet, I'm going to use this, which is a Thermomix. It's essentially like a big blender that I'd use in my professional kitchens. If anyone's in this kitchen, you're welcome to run over and use this. If not, we've got these stick blenders for you. So what you do with the stick blenders, obviously, you just hold it in the pan, blend it until it's as smooth as you can. A little tip, like when you are blending your soup, if it seems a bit lumpy or a bit thick, you want a bit more veg stock, and like the more liquid will loosen it up. If your soup is looking too loose, as in there's not enough ingredient, not body to it, there's not a lot you can do. You're just gonna have to pray it works out. So I'd always start with a little bit less liquid when you're actually cooking it, and then add more at the end. Or if you're really confident and you've added way too much, just blend it. If you season it well, you can try and convince me that's how it's meant to be. So this base is actually, if I'd make a curry or something at home, like more of like an Indian style curry, this will be also very much the similar base to what I'd start with. As you move across Asia, chili, ginger, garlic become very prominent in the cooking, hence why this is it. It's almost like a Thai influenced soup. But then if you move towards Europe, you start to remove the ginger, you start to remove the chili, and then you get more shallots coming into it, more fresh herbs. So there's always like a similarity between European cuisine, Asian cuisine, Arabic cuisine. You can always find the links. So if you've had any ideas in the past or flavours, it doesn't matter if it might be a European idea, Asian idea, South American idea, just feel free to go wild today. It might taste nice. I've had a few ideas in the past where it hasn't exactly worked out well. But, you know, if you don't fail, you don't learn.
I actually taste this soup. So we think I did like 2 onions.
Yes.
The types.
So what do you do, sorry?
Are we allowed to maybe taste?
Yeah. You do taste as much as you can. So it's really important when cooking. Like you constantly taste. Add something, constantly taste. But what I would say in terms of things like salt, pepper, if you need to add sugar, we can probably get you some sugar as well because it's not on the table. For a soup, don't add it while you're cooking. No salt, no pepper, nothing like that. Once it's blended and you've got your finished product, then you add it. The reason you do that is because if I added some salt when I added all my other ingredients, I let that boil for a bit. When it boils, the liquid reduces. When it reduces, it becomes a lot more intense. So if you've already added salt and you've tasted like a bit of the broth and you think, oh, that's okay. If you've cooked it for another 5 minutes, it's reduced a bit, then you blend it, it might be a lot more salty. So the whole point of soup is you blend it all first, then you season it at the end. And that's the majority of things you do as well. Like I said, you can add a bit, if you're cooking meat or anything at home, you'll always season it before. But if you're making a curry or something, it's nice, a curry, a stew, anything like that. Add a bit of salt and pepper to start, a very small amount. But then once it's finished cooking, that's at the very end when you really want to season it up. As you can see, the onions have started to break down, started to soften up a bit. I'm going to give that a little bit more. And then what we're going to do is add the sweet potato in. I don't need to colour that or anything. That's just going to go in, followed by the stock. We're going to boil it up. Once it's boiled and softened, then I will blend it. And that's when my seasoning is going to go in. So it'll be my salt, my pepper, my coconut milk, and lime juice will go at the very end. Most of those soups that you could probably create from that won't require lime juice, but just as a heads up, whenever you do cook with fresh lime juice, whether it be a soup, a curry, anything you want, the lime juice always goes in when the cooking's finished. So the pan comes off the heat. If you cook out lime juice, it will change the flavour. And the reason I want to use lime juice, because it's nice light, it's quite fresh. That's why I want to use the lime juice today. So if I cook it out, I lose that freshness. Right, I'm going to add my sweet potato in now. So, sweet potato's gone in. As I said, I don't need to colour that, I don't need to brown that. So my stock's going to follow in straight after. Now it's the liquid thing, so I don't want to add too much. But I want to make sure it's enough to cook it. And then I'm going to save a bit on the side. I said if it's too thick when I'm actually blending it, I can loosen it down then. So this has to go to max. I have to boil it. It's going to take, once it's boiled, it'll probably take about 6 or 7 minutes. In the meantime, I'm going to garnish it with, when it's done, some coriander, a bit of sliced chilli. I said lime will go on at the end. Now we just wait. And if you're ill and you want to make this soup, just increase the ginger massively. Ginger is very good for you when you're ill. It's a good thing about soups as well, especially so I'm of an Asian background. We were brought up around a lot of soups, a lot of broths, and how good they are for you. Obviously in this country, no, sorry, not in this country, in like here, Europe, we add a lot of cream and stuff to soups. It's not really done as much in Asia. They're more lighter, healthier, but obviously it just depends on your mood. So I would say, if I can get this going quite quickly, start thinking about your ingredients you want to pick for soup. But when you pick the ingredients, also think about how much you need to make. So obviously, just so you could bear in mind, what I had in this bowl was 2 sweet potatoes, and I didn't even use 2 full sweet potatoes. So again, there's a lot of ingredients there. We don't need it all, but when you're taking your ingredients, don't take too many. There's enough for everyone by far. And yeah, there's might be some left at the end if you want to take it home.
If we copy it,
Yeah.
the last like kind of point, so yeah, if the butter is doing our stuff, let's make it on.
I can't say that. No, you won't. But if you can replicate, like, it should. So all I'm really looking for, like I said, like I've gave you some other ideas. You can replicate me, but if you're going to replicate me, I'd expect it to taste exactly like mine. That's the pressure of doing that.
Just we think the reason is milk.
Milk instead of cream would be a very different thing. Like you've asked for milk already, but milk and cream are quite different. I wouldn't add milk in as a cream replacement. Butter was a good shout. If there's butter at the end, you could blend butter in it and you'll get almost like a rich creamy texture from that. Especially in a kitchen, a normal kitchen environment, you have to work as a team. If your team does not work together, a kitchen goes down very quickly. So when you're working together now, help each other out, and also manage your jobs. Make sure not one person's doing all the cooking. The whole point is I want to see the teamwork. I want to see people working with each other. Not one person cleans, one person cooks. And yeah, like teamwork's so important, obviously in life, but in a kitchen as well. If the team does not get on in a kitchen, the team goes down very quick. So a kitchen is a very fast-paced, intense environment. Even though people think, oh, it's just cooking, in a professional setting, it is really intense. There's a lot going on. Staff, you might be at like 8 p.m. You have like 50 different dishes you need to cook. You've been working for 12 hours in the day already. And if your team's not there to support you or be behind you, you fall apart, and kitchens do fall apart. It happens quite a lot. So obviously it's not quite that intense here today, but it'll be nice to work with each other and it will make your lives a lot easier. So what I always used to do is split the rubbish jobs. If you don't like peeling, if you don't want like picking herbs or whatever, both of you do it. You do it twice as quick then, and you're not just being pawned off with the awful jobs. Right, got distracted then because this is ready, finally. Right, so obviously what I'm looking for now is hoping I haven't added too much liquid. I'm going to pour all this in and I want to blend it. If this is you, obviously right now what you do is plug the stick blender in and you just hold all your ingredients there and blend it, move it round to get it nice and smooth. But also if this machine is free, you can do it because it'll, well, not everyone can do it with this machine, but it'll be a bit quicker.
Says the naughty that's all they got me he did so that's that and didn't know that don't need what's waiting.
Right, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to check the consistency and I'm going to check the flavour, and this is the point where I'm going to start to season it. So obviously I said I want it nice and smooth, not too liquidy, and that's it. So that's exactly what I was looking for. It will be loosened down a little bit now because I'm going to add some coconut milk. That's absolutely fine. Yep, so I'm going to taste it. There's salt. Bit more for good measure. Coconut milk, I don't want too much of this. And then finally, as I said, very last thing, I'm going to squeeze my lime juice in. It's not on the heat anymore, obviously it's still warm, but it's not going to cook it out. So I'll still get the flavour through from the lime. Then I'll give that one last blast for
so it's not gonna and what fun it is fun. Because the other things yeah, yeah. I'm not it. You tell me one. Yeah,
little bit more salt in that. You notice I haven't used pepper in this because I just don't fancy using pepper. But if you want to, obviously a lot of the other soups will require it, so that'll be at the side as well. The coconut milk, this is all I have. The pepper, there's only one, so I don't know if you're taking your ingredients, if you want to take a container with you and take a bit of salt, bit of pepper and all that, or you just make sure it's not hidden from anyone at any point. No sabotage in the competition, please. And we are done.
Yes.
Okay, it's 2 minutes over. I don't think it's too bad. Right, so you'll see the consistency of the soup now, exactly as I wanted it. Right, nice colour, nice texture, just what I was looking for. Couple of chilies to finish, and a touch of coriander. And there you go. Right, now it's everyone else's turn.
Sorry. Thank you, man.
And a bit of garlic, and then once the onions are charred up, we're going to add in the chilies, and then we're going to take them out, kind of get the tomatoes together, and then blend them together with some coriander, stock pot, and ginger. I would bring it. Bring it. Right. Is this like, yeah.
Ted Rogers? Yeah. He comes to us again in the camp and said, he had 194 last week. He said, anything you just do for it. Oh, it's fresh. Straight up, 10, you want it down the side. Yeah, so that's it, and then you can go up to 10, and when you don't, just press it up.
So do we keep going up? In which case, we will do like. It's gonna turn lighter.
Really looking forward to trying these. Generally, how everyone worked, I was really impressed. I do a lot of demos, a lot of competitions like this in catering colleges as well, where they're not as switched on and passionate as you guys, so it was really nice to see. I'm not gonna lie, I'm quite caught off guard. I thought there would be a few mishaps, someone not putting something up, but no, it all looks brilliant, and you should all be very proud of what you've put up so far. In terms of what we're looking for, flavour is going to be first. Visually, obviously, people eat with their eyes first, but I see that as more of a secondary option. But it's going to be taste. What's it taste like? As long as it tastes nice. Is it edible? There's quite an important one. The texture, and I'd say finally the creativity behind it as well. But obviously, taste and texture is the main ones we're looking for. Then if it gets quite close, which it looks like it might be, we'll look a bit more towards creativity. But yeah, no, but generally you should all be very proud of what you produce though as well. And I'm very much looking forward to it.
So who's going to go first then? Come on then. This is the German soup, is it?
Oh. Thank you very much. So what have we got?
So we got Schmetter Zefsuppe.
Okay.
It's Little Chef Soup.
Little Chef Soup, okay.
Yeah, it's my father taught it me when I was living in Germany, and it's cauliflower, chilies, mushrooms, leeks, potatoes, and carrots.
Okay, amazing. Thank you very much.
Please.
Firstly, really nice flavour. It's well seasoned. You get a little bit of heat at the end, so I'm guessing you got a bit of chili, but it doesn't hit you straight away. It comes through quite afterwards. Texture's great, nice and smooth. It's quite a light soup. It's essentially like a vegetable melody soup. I think you should be very proud of that. It's really nice. Nice texture, smooth, good flavour, nice bit of heat, which I always like. Yeah, no, really well done.
And it's very pretty as well.
It is like presentation, yeah, I always forget, I said I always focus on the flavour. Presentation was really nice as well. Was it a smiley face? No, okay. I got a smiley face from it, but yeah, no, really nice, really nice. Well done.
Who's next then?
Thank you very much. What do we have?
We got mushroom potato soup with like a big fusion. We add like Thai element. We got spicy lime shreds and then coriander inside and basil top.
Amazing. Thank you very much. Again, very nice. Nice presentation, clean, simplistic. I do like that. Originally, I thought it'd be a bit too thick because it's quite thick, but actually the texture of it and the way it works in its mouth, it's very smooth. It's quite nice. I actually quite like the texture of it. I wouldn't say it's too thick. It suits for what you've done. Mushroom comes through quite strong, and you do get at the very end get a bit of like basil, different Thai flavour. It's quite interesting. I think it's quite unique, very different. I haven't had a soup like it before. But no, yeah, very nice. Nice texture, nice flavour, simplistic plating. I like it. Well done.
Thank you, Chef. Wow.
Who would like to go next?
This is going to be hard.
It is going to be hard.
Right.
Just simple tomato and basil soup. We put some chili peppers in and coriander. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you very much. Lovely colour.
Bowl's nice as well.
Again, presentation, clean, nice, neat. There's a nice rich colour to your tomato soup, which is quite nice. It's not like really dark red. It almost looks like a curry sauce in essence and how it's been broken down. Flavour's really nice. You get a lot of the natural sweetness from the tomato, so you haven't added sugar, but so I'm getting quite a natural sweetness from it, which is quite nice. Yeah, no, really nice, really well done. It's a good, clean tomato soup. Like it, well done.
Take it back.
Can you take your bowl back?
Right, who's next?
So this is like a mix. So it's got sweet potato, tomato and carrot as the main components.
Amazing, thank you. Again, beautiful colour to the soup. It's really nice and smooth. Flavour's very nice. It's well seasoned. Only thing I'd say, slightly thick.
Yeah.
Slightly thick. Very easy.
Sauce, isn't it?
It is like a puree, like a sauce, but essentially it works really well. Bit of stock to let it down, it would have been on the money, but no, really good, nice still, really well done. Yeah, should be very proud again. Well done.
Go for it.
Oh, you got it. Nice. What have we got?
So we've got sweet potatoes, onions, chili peppers. What else?
garlic and ginger.
Yeah.
With some pepper.
Yeah. Wow. Firstly, you've gone all out with the presentation. Well done. Like, it looks really nice. I wouldn't say it's over the top. I really like it. You got what you got in the soup there. It's really nicely done. Colour's nice. As I said, presentation's nice. Flavour's really nice. Sweet potato and onion comes through the most. Not too sweet from it all, but again, nice balance. It tastes really healthy, which is always a good sign. Again, only comment, slightly thick. Slightly thick. Some people do like their soup like that. I get it completely. But for me personally, I would have just put a little bit of stock in to loosen it down. But overall, again, really good job. Well done.
This is the Roux brothers.
Oh, it's got a little bit.
They actually made a Roux twice.
Yeah, I know, I saw it.
Yeah, we scrambled the first one. But
Okay,
cool.
so
So
what have we got?
So it's a leek and potato soup. We've aimed for some more chunkiness with some more.
it's got chunks of potato.
Yeah,
as
chunks of
well, so it's
potato.
got some soup.
So it should add to the texture, hopefully.
Okay, first off, in terms of obviously making the roux, you've obviously gone into the texture, putting chunks in after. I really like that. There's a lot of thought that's gone into it. On that, you've nailed it with the texture with the bits of potato in. The soup itself is slightly grainy. Could have been blended a bit more with a little bit more stock. Flavour's nice though. A bit of salt would have helped, but overall, in terms of how you've thought about it, how you've gone about it, how you approached the whole thing, I think you've done really well. And you've gone for a classic leek and potato, and I didn't want to say it too much, it's not a very easy soup to do. Everyone thinks it is, but with the starch in a potato, how you approach it and blend it, you've actually done really well, and the use of a roux is really smart. So like, yeah, well done.
Thank you.
Thank you. Lovely. So what do we have?
We have a mushroom soup with a hint of spice in the background. Would you like to know the other ingredients?
No, if you're happy with that description, that's perfect, yeah. Again, I like the clean, simple presentation of it. It's really nice. Get a really nice earthy flavour from the mushrooms. Texture's really nice. It's nice and smooth. Again, I'm probably keep saying it's slightly thick for me, but I think mushroom kind of lends itself to it. It works a bit better with mushroom, that kind of texture. But yeah, simplistic, nice. It tastes creamy like creamy on the palate. Well seasoned, nice earthy tones. Yeah, you did really well. Well done.
And the chili's nice at the background.
You're getting it now, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like it's not an intense heat. It literally sits in the back.
Warmness at the end.
No, well done. Thank you very much. Hello.
So ours is basically inspired by what you had made, but I wanted to make it a little bit more personal to myself. So I kind of added more of I'm mixed race, so I'm half Indian, I'm half English. So I wanted to add a bit of a twist to that. So it is, I warn you, it is a little bit thicker, but that's because it's more inspired by a curry as well.
Yeah, cool. Thank you very much. Ah, there's the heat.
Yeah. As well, isn't
yeah.
it?
So yeah, I like the presentation again. A little bit of carrots on top. It like if I ate the soup as a whole thing, I would eat the carrots in it. Could have had a nice little bite to it, a nice little bit of crunch. I'd probably avoid the extra chilies. But really nice flavour. It's a different taste. It's not a classic taste. It comes across. You said it would be a little bit thick. It is. It works quite well. Personally, I'd like it slightly looser. But in terms of flavour, combinations, the heat, the unique taste, like very, very good. Very good. Well done.
Thank you.
One more. So one more, have we? Oh, we've got two more, in fact. Do you want to go down there? Oh, we've got three more. Okay.
Where's the
And then we've got staff as well.
Yeah.
That'll be the scary one at the end.
Lovely.
It's like a songs to soup. It's a Mexican translation.
Yep.
You know, like coriander, it's a little bit lime and spicy scott.
Yeah.
Maybe they talk.
Spicy hot.
It's very cold.
Oh, that's okay. No problem at all.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
It's in those. So mate. Like. Baby,
Again, clean, simplistic presentation. I like the colour of this, and I know why, because you charred it off. You essentially burned it across the pan, got the nice caramelisation going on all the vegetables. I get what you mean with the salsa. I'm getting coriander through quite strongly, which makes it quite fresh. It lifts it a bit. A little bit of acidity coming through as well compared to like a really sweet tomato soup. I get the salsa thing. It's different for a tomato soup, but it's really nice. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Thank you.
Right, sorry, man. It's just a 29F surprise, isn't it?
Love this.
So the name of our soup is 29F, go with the flow.
Okay.
This contains leeks, sweet potatoes, carrots, peppers, ginger, garlic, and a hint of chili for a kick.
Thank you.
How much of a kick?
Find out. You'll find out.
Again, love the presentation, just like a bit playful, really enjoy that. Texture of the soup, again, I'm probably going to keep saying this, slightly thick for me, but in terms of the actual texture, the smoothness, it's really nice, really well blended. It means all your vegetables have been cooked off. Flavour's really good, it's well seasoned, comes through nicely, it tastes quite similar to mine, even though one sergeant did spit it out. I don't know where she's gone there. Yeah, no, really nice, really well done, smooth, nice texture. As I said, like if I'm being picky, I would say add it a little bit more stock to make it a little bit looser, but in terms of the actual texture, the smoothness, the way the vegetable's been cooked, the way it's been seasoned, like on the money. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
We've even got chefy smear.
Yeah, I know, I saw that, I noticed that up there. Brilliant. So what do we have?
It's like a chilies, pepper, tomato, coriander, onions, and a twist and a tomato soup, big one spicy.
I like it. There's something in it. I can't put my. I can't. I don't know. I do like. It's a good
sweet
thing.
and sour taste.
It is, yeah. There's a little bit of acidity comes through. So texture of the soup's very nice. Yeah, I really like it. The consistency, the texture of it. I like the presentation. It's very clean, and it's a really nice taste. You get a sweetness through, but you said you get a sourness through as well. Lemon, lime. See, I wouldn't normally pair tomatoes with lime, but it's worked quite well. As I said, I can't really put together the taste. If you asked me to recreate that, I wouldn't be able to, and I enjoy it, and that is a compliment, believe me. So well done.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so tomato and carrot.
Peppers, basil is also nice as well.
Thank you very much. Again, really nice presentation, nice, neat, nice flavour to the soup, a nice consistency. The only thing I'd say is about the texture. Little bit more blended, it's just there, and this can be for a number of reasons. It could have not been blended enough, or at the beginning when you're cooking off the onions and stuff like that, they're a bit under. But in terms of flavour, the way you worked, the way you approached it, like, did really well
on the money. And yeah, said if I wanted to be really picky, it would just be that it's slightly grainy in texture, but it's not bad at all. It's really, really nice, really tasty, nice colour to it, nice depth to it, and nice flavour to it. So well done.
Thank you.
So is that everybody ever to get, is it? So shall we try the staff too? So which staff want to bring theirs first? Come on then.
Everyone's coming right. There we go.
You're not coming, Amy? You're part of the team? Go on, you're a team, you've got to be together.
Okay, perfect, thank you very much.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
It's very nice. It's very nice, really smooth, creamy in texture, really nice. I will say it's a little bit too thick for my liking. I did hear you saying that's how you like your soup. That's it.
Custard feel about it.
It is. It's like.
You can't stand the spoon in the soup. It's too thin.
Spicy custard.
Below that, it's a stew.
But no, it's really nice. It's creamy. It's like really rich and creamy in flavour. Well balanced flavour. There is heat coming through at the end, but I quite like that heat. It's quite nice. Yeah, like it's just a really warming dish. Probably not on a day like today, but like any other day, like I'd absolutely smash the whole thing. So thank you very much.
And our final staff.
I'm going to spit yours out as well.
Shall we get them back? In keeping with the local traditions of Birmingham, this is more of a curry soup rather than a, with the after effect of, we threw some vegetables in. So I'll leave to my young assistant chef here to explain what was in there.
So we had leeks, onions, chilies, obviously, curry powder, some coconut milk, and some sweet potato.
So it's a bit of a light plate. We were.
That's it. How hot is this?
It's the after hit.
Okay.
But it's nice.
Not as it was before when we already into ironing.
So before you put the coconut milk in, it's very warm.
It was a bit on the vindaloo.
Really nice. Curry soup, I get it straight away. I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
I do really enjoy it.
Just the chips are missing.
Consistency's on point. Chips would be perfect, actually. I know it doesn't make sense, but chips on that would be perfect. Like my ideal kind of consistency, really smooth texture. Heat is there at the end, but it's creamy, it's rich, it's really well balanced, well seasoned. Yeah, very nice.
Thank you.
Well done. First one, because there's only two. So which do you think was the better out of the two staff ones?
I didn't know I had to judge the staff ones.
No,
I was just being nice. For me,
A lot more work into presentation, I'll say that.
I know you eat with your eyes in theory at first. I don't look at that too much. I really like them both. They're very different. I like that it says your one person is very rich. It's quite hearty. Yours is more like I said, the curry with chips, more comforting. Very difficult, and I will base it purely on the consistency. I'm going to lean this way, just because personal opinion.
Well done. And now we've got the difficulty of picking the top four out of the rest. So it was very difficult. It was really difficult to judge this because there were so many of them are so good. And Dan, you were saying you didn't expect it to be that close, did you?
Yeah, it was really difficult to try and decide. I genuinely wish we had more spots to put through, but yeah, like we basically tasted every single one again because we had to make sure, and it was very, very difficult decision. I think we made the right one.
So do you want to pick them across here and we can make sure we knows which is the top four there?
Okay. So the first one is it into the final?
Just yes, 4 into the final.
Yeah.
Okay. So
there's
no
set
no
order on
first.
this.
It's just the best 4.
So first one, we're going here. This is the German soup.
The German soup.
Yeah.
Well done.
Second one is the mushroom.
Mushroom, the small mushroom.
It's so difficult to do this.
Yeah.
Next one is... Can't remember, I picked the right ones now. The tomato salsa style soup.
And finally,
And the final one, for the final, it is the final next.
yes.
Yeah, final, will be the Indian inspired soup.
So if your soup is on here, our finalists. Well done. So congratulations. Well done.
Congratulations.
Yeah, well done. Well done with the German soup. What was it called again?
Congratulations.
Oh, well done. So what we're going to do next is you 8 will come here again on the 8th of July. We'll be in a different room. We're going to be downstairs in the catering area. There's going to be a large catering area, and we're going to give you something where you're going to do 2 courses. So we're going to give you a bit more information in the next few days to make it, easy for you to think of something, but you need to then find your own ingredients because we don't know what you want to cook there. So you need to source your own ingredients, and then you'll come and cook us 2 courses. And again, whoever the final team will be will get pizzas for the squadron and a meal out with 2 members of your staff as well. All right, well done again. So, can you come through? So one of the other things without Flight Attendant Downs and a colleague, we wouldn't be able to do this because we don't have any facilities on any of the squadrons where we've got this amount of catering available to do this kind of thing. So we needed to use a school like this. So thank you very much for allowing us to do it here and supporting it as well, which has been really good. And can we give them a round of applause? Thank you very much. But also, without Chef Dan Lee, we couldn't have done this because he couldn't have inspired you with his masterclass at the beginning and showing you how to make a soup, and he couldn't have then moved forward and tested all these soups to come up with that difficult choice of 4 because it was so difficult, wasn't it, at the end? But they were all so good. Even the staff ones were quite good as well. And well done to the staff team who won it. But thank you very much for your help tonight and getting everything organised. And it'd be great to see you again on the 8th of July where we can do the final there. Thank you very much. So you've seen Stuart going around doing lots of video today, so we're going to put that together as a video and we're going to use it for 3 things. We want to share it with all your colleagues, all the other cadets, so we're going to stream it live so everybody can watch it. So we'll see you cooking and coming through to the final and the judging of it all as well. We're also going to take snippets out to use it for recruitment activity as well. We're going to share it with your squadron staff so you can share it out through social media and try and get some staff and also potentially more cadets recruited using it as well. So thank you very much for all your hard work today. Hope you've enjoyed yourselves. Have you all had a good time? Good. Yeah, but thank you very much, and I'll see you on the 8th of July.